Alright, so this is how you're going to install the E36 Rear cup holder. First, you're going to open your ashtray. There's a little insert in your ashtray. You're just going to pull that out. Then you're going to have two small screws, plastic screws inside this pocket. Remove those plastic screws, and then this whole pocket will come out. Set that to the side. Next, what you're going to do is try to insert your cup holder. Now, the problem is that between many different E30s being manufactured, these holes don't perfectly line up. So what you're going to have to do is, you can see here, I've evenly spaced the holes, but you may have to drill down into the side to try and get yours to line up. And we don't want to see that when we're done. So what I've done is 3D printed a washer that will cover whatever hole that you made. So don't be afraid about enlarging this hole to make your screw fit. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to insert it in. Fits perfectly. Take your screw, take your washer, make sure that the nice side is pointing up. Take that in, and then it's as simple as screwing it in. Now you are going to need a 1/2-inch socket. If you don't have a 1/2-inch socket, a 14mm socket will be a little loose, but it'll still work. So now we'll just screw this in. All right, so as you start to get them more snug, reach in there, try to center these washers. You may have to play around with them a little bit, loosen it up, try and center them. If you don't care about them being centered, you don't have to. So that's mostly centered up. Then we'll just go ahead and tighten the rest of the way. Now, there's not a torque spec for these, but it should be finger tight. If you go too tight, you will strip the thin sheet metal that these are screwing into. So just strong enough. And now you can see that this is very rigid. You're not going to have to worry about any sort of cups coming out of this. It'll be perfectly fine. All right, so that's it. Thanks for your purchase and have a great day. All right, so if you want to install the E36 rear cup holder with the USB, here's what you're going to do. First, remove the rear plastic trim. There's going to be these 3 clips. You're going to pry those up with a plastic pry tool, get that out, and then you're going to remove the center Phillips screw that's right here. Next, what you're going to want to do is pull up your armrest, and there's these 2 plastic clips on either side of this armrest trim panel. I'm going to show it here with the photo and the arrow. Those are really easy with the plastic pry tool. Come from behind and pry those tabs out and then lift out the plastic trim panel. Next, what you're going to want to do is remove all your cup holders from the front center console area. You basically pinch both sides and then just pull up. Once you do all that, if you look at the back, there's a plastic Phillips head screw. Go ahead and unscrew that. Now what you're going to want to do is pinch these 2 plastic tabs and then pull this whole plastic frame to the rear. Once you have that out, now you should be able to wiggle around this center console. Now what you're going to want to do is remove your shift boot. Just take one of those plastic trim tools and start prying up on your shift boot until it pops out. Okay, so now that you have all your trim panels that you need to get loosened, go ahead and take your wire and start fishing it towards the front. Go ahead and fish it up towards where you can see it in the shifter column area. Make sure that you route the wire so that it's staying away from any critical shifting components. Okay, so now you can go ahead and remove your OBC in your lower pocket as shown here.
To remove your OBC, just reach through the little hole in the pocket, push up, and then pull towards you. After you remove the OBC, you're going to disconnect your 2 connectors. After disconnecting your connectors, take the whole panel, push it up a little bit, pull one side out, and then pull the whole thing out. After you pull your lower panel out, all you have to do is disconnect all your switches and disconnect your cigarette lighter.
Use the included wire taps on your cigarette lighter port for 12-volt power. Simply place the wire tap over your wire and squeeze firmly with a pair of pliers. Make sure you hear an audible click from the wire tap. The click means the wire tap has locked into place over the wire correctly. Now connect your voltmeter into the wire taps. red to red and brown to black.